Legacy Precious Metals is the company that I trust to give you good and patient counsel for investing in your retirement. The Biden administration has caused a financial crisis and they have no clue how to fix it. Oil prices have skyrocketed, and when oil prices go up, not only do your expenses go up, but the cost of transportation and shipping spikes, leading the prices of goods to rise. And we are already seeing record inflation. That's the last thing that we need. Our economy is in trouble and you need to take steps to protect yourself. If all your money is tied up in stocks, bonds, and traditional markets, you may be vulnerable. So gold is one of the very best ways to protect your retirement. No matter what happens, you own your own gold. It's real, it's physical, and it's always been valuable since the dawn of time. Call Legacy Precious Metals today at 866-528-1903 or visit them online at legacypminvestments.com. That's legacypminvestments.com, where you can download the free investor's guide. You can also go to my Facebook page, Jenna Ellis. I am a public figure on Facebook, and I just posted yesterday a really great interview with the president of Legacy Precious Metals, who is discussing why you need to start your retirement account even if you're in your 20s or 30s. There is always a great time to protect your retirement and invest, just like you want to protect your health over the long term. So go to Legacy Precious Metals at legacypminvestments.com or call 866-528-1903. All right, well, 2022 is going to be a critical year for America. AMAC, the Association of Mature American Citizens, along with their nearly 2 million members. The fight to stop out-of-control spending in the president's Build Back Better scheme is far from over, and Congress is plotting more legislation that could hurt our seniors. The midterm elections will be a battle for freedom versus socialism. Unlike liberal groups, AMAC is America's conservative, action-oriented 50-plus organization fighting hard every day here in Washington and across the nation for our seniors. So I'm urging you to choose AMAC now. You will receive all of the great membership benefits, including AMAC discounts on hotels, travels, and restaurants, and your membership will support your conservative values. So go to amac.us/Ellis. That's amac.us/ELLIS to become an AMAC member now.
As a constitutional law attorney, former senior legal advisor, and personal counsel to President Donald J. Trump, Jenna Ellis believes in the rule of law and the importance of integrity in our elections. And she's ready to tackle the big cultural and legal issues facing America. This is the Jenna Ellis Show. Here is your host, Jenna Ellis.
Hello, friends, and happy Monday, and welcome to another episode of the Jenna Ellis Show. And I am so excited today to bring back my good friend, Mike Lindell, who, of course, you know, has been the victim of cancel culture and all kinds of threats, harassment, and all this kind of stuff from the left. But he refuses to back down from cancel culture. So we love talking to him. He's always so encouraging. But today I am so excited because he has a brand new product that I've been waiting for so long to introduce to all of you. So, Mike, thanks so much for joining. And look, it's my coffee.
Yes, it is my coffee, everybody. And I'll tell you how that came about. You know, this is my new platform, MyStore.com, everybody. Not My Pillow, MyStore.com. It's for entrepreneurs, U.S. entrepreneurs, and or their USA products. Some stuff they can't make here, like diamonds or whatever. But anyway, I tried this coffee, and I said to my Caitlin, my assistant, I said, "Where did this coffee?" I said, "Do we change coffees?" And she goes, "Oh, that's one of the entrepreneurs sent it in." It was so amazing. Then that was 4 months ago. I did my due diligence. I went down and met them in Florida, and I find out that they've been in the business 15 years, kind of like think of it as a micro specialty brewery, where they have fields in Honduras, and those fields, they go from the fields to the cup. And I learned more about coffee. I'm going, why does this taste better? Why is this have no aftertaste? Then I kept down. They go, and then people are really going to like this low acidity. And I'm asking why. And people want a non-GMO organic. I said well, that's what it has it all. And so they, and I told you about, I know maybe a month ago now, but this, then I had to find out, could they make enough for our country? Could they, and I basically partnered with them. They said, well, why is it my coffee if it's their entrepreneur? I want this as a driver to get people to my store and to get them the best product ever. And then also all the funds, everything that trickles down to me, everybody, goes right there to help save our country. That's what I'm doing with every dime I get. So
Yeah.
you get the best coffee ever, and it goes to the best places ever.
Everything that we love about America and patriotism and entrepreneurship and capitalism. This is so great. So that's what's really important. This is at mystore.com, and you can, and that's actually right on the landing page. I just checked it out this morning. Go to mystore.com, and there's so much more there. And Mike, you and I actually had an opportunity to see each other in Florida, and I was there when you were talking to the entrepreneurs. My dad was actually there, and I was talking to him last night when you texted me, it's finally ready. And
Right.
he was so excited because he actually had an opportunity to try the coffee as well. And, you know, he is one of those that is definitely a specialty kind of craft tea, craft coffee, kind of connoisseurs, and he loved it. So this isn't even just me, who everybody knows I love coffee. I thrive on coffee. That's like, if I don't have coffee, I don't function in the morning. But this was so great. And my dad also really loved meeting the two of them. And, you know, it's this, just amazing duo, and they're so great. And so, so speak a little bit more into the entrepreneurship, because I think a lot of people who know My Pillow aren't as familiar with MyStore, and you're just doing so much, Mike, always to give back to people and to lift up Americans, to try to just promote the American dream. It's awesome.
Well, thank you. And by the way, use that promo code Jenna, everybody, to save 25% on this coffee. Let's put a plug in for you too. You guys, you're amazing. And let me tell you, my store was a dream of mine about 5 years ago, and I started it then, and it was going to be a platform, this amazing website for entrepreneurs in our USA entrepreneurs and or USA products. So many times entrepreneurs, the pathway I've had to take, it's very common in all entrepreneurs. You maybe get your product and you put it up on Amazon and you get copied by China and you're lost. Okay. Maybe you can't afford ads on Mark Zuckerberg's Facebook, or he changes the rules and then you lose out there. Or Google, you get your product up there, your website, and they buy your AdWords above you because they have more money. In our entrepreneurs, or you're out there in the trenches doing home shows and fairs, and they steal your idea and copy your patent, and you don't have the money to fight it. So this was my dream, and I spent a couple millions of dollars getting it ready. But then, of course, the 2020 election came along, and my whole thing went, you know what? We're not going to have a country anyway if we don't get rid of these machines and correct our voting things. And so that's been my focus. But now it's worked out this spring now, since everything was ready, the website, to able to launch my store. We have hundreds and hundreds of, and soon to be thousands of products on there. So when you get there, you'll have my coffee, you have paint, just all these different ideas and innovative products, and hundreds of them. And then if you're an entrepreneur out there, I want to make this very clear. If you go down there, you can apply your product, but one thing is the product needs to be ready. It needs to be ready, and you need to have it. It's not a hey, here's a site where I have time to go help you develop your product. That's not what this is about. You have the USA Inventors Association. You have other outlets to do that. This is people that have invented their product. They have it ready to go. Here's how many I have to sell, and it's been amazing so far the last month. It's very exciting, and having all these platforms like the MyStore and then my Lindell Recovery Network for addicts, and I've kind of took all these now, and we're going to have them at Frank Speech at the app. Frank Speech, you go to the App Store at Frank Speech, you get it. We're going to have all the kind of like these separate websites, all 1 through 10. So it's going to be a one-stop shop for everybody. If you have someone in addiction, you have the My Pillow thing, or the My Pillow website. You'll have the MyStore website. You'll have it's kind of like a problem solution. And then, by the way, everybody, the entrepreneurs, if you go to my store, if you scroll down, there's stories. Each one of them, Jenna, has their own story within a story. So they get to tell their story, why they came up with a coffee, or why they came up with this, whatever the invention would be. And they're so interesting. Anybody out there, just go there. You've never seen a website like it where you can read about what's behind this product. Why did you reinvent one of them on there is a bungee cord? I'm going, why did you reinvent a bungee cord? Well, there's a reason for it. It's amazing, and it's like, why did I reinvent the pillow? Because there was big problems with what we already had. And so I'm very, very happy we were able to finally get this off the ground.
Yeah, I'm so proud of you, Mike. And this is the collaboration of American ingenuity. And, America is really we are the innovators. We are the ones who, were the first to do so many things. And with the platforms that we have, like MyStore, and with people like you who are willing to promote and help platform all of these entrepreneurs, these amazing ideas can actually come to fruition. And that is part of the American dream. And it's amazing. And so, here at the Salem Podcast Network, we're so proud to collaborate with you and to make sure that we always promote your products so that we can make sure to continue to encourage people to buy American, buy Christian, buy from people whose ideals are exactly what theirs are as well. Because I know so many people are looking for alternatives to all of these woke corporations that maybe have some decent products, but they know that there are places like MyStore now, even more than MyPillow, that are really putting out and promoting not only your products, but now also all of these amazing entrepreneurs. And I've loved reading some of these stories. So it's awesome. And I love MyCoffee. I was so excited for that because I'm looking for an alternative to some of those woke brands. And so I'll look forward to every day on my podcast drinking MyCoffee. And like you said, go and use promo code Jenna. That helps also not only with MyStore, but also with the Salem Podcast Network. So, so Mike, also, you mentioned with MyCoffee that this is a great story from these people. So tell us just a little bit more in the last few minutes that I have with you about MyCoffee and that story.
Well, yeah, I learned about I went down, met the family, as you know, and just little things like I'm looking at the decaf here. They use a Swiss water process. And I'd ask them, well, why is that processing different? And they had all these reasons, better tasting, whatever it would be. There's no aftertaste. And then they got, to make they were so particular. It's like I was about MyPillow. I mean, I'm going, okay. I mean, you really? So they went out, they pick your fields and and then, by the way, in Honduras, the weather conditions are perfect for one crop, coffee plants, So it's kind of like when we talk about Giza cotton for my sheets, what's perfect over there? The weather condition. It starts with that. So these perfect coffee beans, which, by the way, we have beans and already ground. And, I like to get all the filters covered. I'll tell you what, this coffee tastes so good, everybody. I'm running around everywhere. I drink the coffee mostly because, I caffeine and it's just a habit there. Well, it tastes so good. And if I wasn't drinking the coffee or the caffeine, I would drink probably something else, right? That it tasted better. Well, this coffee tastes so good because I always thought, well, why would people drink decaf? Well, the decaf tastes so good that I'm going, okay, I would actually maybe drink that and even cold coffee. I drank it cold the other day. I'm going, wow, this thing has it all. But to be non-GMO and organic, I know people like that, they were telling me all these things. They are so particular, and all I had to do with them is say, okay, let's expand these machines then. Imagine this specialty. I watched them test the stuff as it came in. They ground the bean and testing from aroma to all these tests. And if it doesn't meet the standard, they send them back. And they have such good relationships over 15 years with those people, with those fields that, hey, they'll take these back. They view every customer as their only customer, which matches exactly what I feel. And so I'm just very excited because we needed a boost for all the causes we're doing too out there, and then to have something that people will actually enjoy. And I'll tell you what, people say, well, Mike, what do you know about coffee? I bet you I've been in the last year and a half, hundreds of hotels, and each one they have a different coffee, and it ranges from rotten aftertaste to they might be out. I mean, it's just unreal.
Or acid water. That's what a lot of them taste. Really, the aftertaste or chemicals.
The acidic and the low acidic too. The they told me all these things, being a low in acidity for your stomach, if you drink too much, but and this you don't, it's low acidity, so you don't have that upset stomach. It just, what they did, Jenna, is I want to tell every entrepreneur out there, if you're gonna make something better, you're gonna invent something, go problem solution, but take each one out. Well, here's a problem. People like non-GMO. Well, let's make it that. People like organic, so let's do that. People want low acidity, so let's do that. People don't like the aftertaste in some coffees. Well, let's concentrate on that. That's what they did. They just took it all out, and now all I'm doing is taking this small specialty coffee makers that have been there for years and saying, hey, that's what took so long since we were down there is to be able to bring it to the masses. You better know how to scale that, which I'm very good at scaling so that when everybody out there, when you get the coffee, you know that we're not going to run out. I would hate to go, hey, we got the best coffee ever, but only for a few days, everybody. We'll get back at you in a year or so.
Right. And that's encouraging for people who are concerned about the supply chain and, some of these other things that, we'll be able to buy and order direct. And one of the questions that I've already gotten on some of my social media in promoting this is, so this, comes for coffee pod and regular filter and all that. Are you planning on or thinking about doing that for any of like the pods, like the, K-cups, that kind of thing?
Yeah, we are. In fact, I was going to be calling him today because that was I ran this out on Friday, and everyone's going, "Do you have the little K cups?" And right now we don't. We're going to have that and the subscription base too. I've been asked about that. Well, can we just get a subscription base so I don't run out? I'm going to say yes to both of them. The K cups would be subscription will come next, and then the K cups, and but I will try and get them as fast as I can. That was what I actually brought up back then, but this is adding. I wanted to test it first to see how people liked it and to see how it went, and then you're opening it up. So it's a process, but we'll have them very soon. But for now, that's so good that I talk to people too, Jen, and they're going, when they were only had beans at first, I go, no. I want the ground. I said, I don't have a bean grinder. You mean people grind their own beans? Oh, Mike, everybody's doing it now. And I said, well, not everybody's doing it because I don't have time to grind beans. And but I did find out from my own employees here at My Pillow, where I'm at today, they're going, oh yeah, I grind my own beans. I go, I don't even know you people. I mean, there's like 20, on this whole upper deck here, like 20 out of the 25 grind their own beans. I go, what?
Yeah, it's a millennial thing. It must be in a Gen Z because we get those little, like they're tiny little grinders where you can do and everything. Yeah, my brother has one of those. He loves it. So yeah, but that's great. I will be the first to sign up for a subscription. I am so excited. So Mike, thanks so much. And how can we pray for you? Because I know so many people ask me that as well. What are the things that we can pray for you? Because they just love you. They love supporting you and say thank you so much. Everywhere I go, if I tell anybody, oh yeah, I talk all the time to Mike Lindell, they're like, please tell him thank you so much for standing up for our country, for standing boldly for our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. And they want to know how they can pray for you.
The number one prayer right now is I'm having an event on August 20th and 21st. It's called the Moment of Truth Summit. It needs to be seen worldwide by everybody. I want everybody to know what I know and see what I've seen. And this is going to be, and everybody, if you can just pray that we're able to get ready in time and that it goes off just the way God intended. This is, to me, is one of the most important events in the history of our country. And that's it. That's my number one thing every day from morning till night now. Is what it all points to that. Everything I've done, everything everyone's done for the last year and a half will come down to those 2 days in August. And you'll be invited, Jenna. It's it's not open to the public, everybody. It'll be about 1,500 invited, but it will be live streamed to the world. And that I can really use everybody's prayers in. And then I pray, and then, I would say to everyone my prayers when I pray for every day is for the judges this time around to have courage. We just had one judge down in Arizona this Thursday. He's going to finally look at the evidence. That will be the second judge in the United States that ever looked at the evidence. The second judge, only to Antrim County, Michigan, which he never acted on it. So I'm very encouraged. And everyone says, well, he's an Obama appointed judge. I don't care. This judge had courage to say, I want to look at that. Don't matter. Keep the politics out of it, everybody. Let's look at the evidence and let judges be brave. You know, Jenna, I'm telling you, judges are going to save this country. You being an attorney, they weren't brave enough a year and a half ago, but now look at the Supreme Court in our lifetime. Roe v. Wade overturned. And then you have a judge in Florida that made a great ruling saying these masks are nonsense in the airlines. Judges and lawyers have actually helped slow down the destruction of our country, you know, on everything. Yeah. Great ruling in Wisconsin. The Supreme Court there ruled that they had an illegal election. I mean, these things are happening. People got to look at the positives out there. This has all been on God's timing. And we just pray for, I just pray that everybody stays in the Word so we can be proactive in our prayers and let put it in God's hands. But we all still have to do our parts and stay courageous, because courage, this is what we need this time around. And that's judges to be courageous to look at stuff. And
yeah, we will certainly be praying for that. And thank you for your courage and being always at the tip of the spear. And I know, in the midst of everything that was going on, I mean, that was your word to me was to keep speaking truth relentlessly. And I so appreciate that affirmation and that encouragement, because that's why we all need to continue to encourage one another, as the Bible tells us to. And be praying, everyone who's listening, be praying for judges, for everyone who has the courage to bring these lawsuits, because Mike, you're absolutely right that, Wisconsin is starting to look at this. Judges are starting to actually look at the merit of, a lot of these issues, and they are slowing down the destruction of our country. And that is so well put. So we will be praying for you specifically, praying for our leaders, praying for our judges. And now we have MyStore.com. Go there, get some MyCoffee so that you can have, coffee and prayer and the word. It's always a great thing in the morning. So thanks so much, my friend, Mike Lindell. Really appreciate you dropping by today. Thank you.
Thanks, Jenna. God bless you.
Always appreciate having my good friend Mike Lindell come on the show. And so stay tuned for his announcement for that August 20th event, but also go to mystore.com. You can use the promo code Jenna for a 15%, or I think it's actually 25% discount. And, go to MyStore and read all of these wonderful stories from these entrepreneurs. And, a lot of you had asked me, why do we have these promo codes? Kind of what's in it for you? Well, the Salem Podcast Network has collaborated with Mike Lindell because he has been canceled out of all of these box stores. And this is a way for mutual benefit for not only Salem Podcast Network to have, ad revenue and have sponsorships, but also to make sure that we are promoting really great companies and people who are in this for the right reasons, like Mike Lindell. So when you use my promo code, it does support the Salem Podcast Network, but it also supports, and even more importantly, supports Mike Lindell, supports the My Pillow store. It also supports the MyStore store and all of the great things that he's doing. So you want to use that promo code Jenna, because that will tell Mike Lindell and MyStore that you have heard about all of his great products here on this show. And that also helps out the Salem Podcast Network. So go to mystore.com, use that promo code Jenna, and keep sending in your questions. Love to hear from you. Go to thejennaellisshow.com. Make sure that you are subscribed on all of the different platforms, especially Rumble. I've been so excited to see that we have probably 6 times the subscribership over on Rumble that we do on YouTube. And that's actually great. I think that Rumble has been clearly a free speech platform. And so definitely make sure that you are subscribed there, and also anywhere that you listen and stream to the audio podcast. And then you can always click on the Contact Us button on thejennaellisshow.com. And, we read all of those emails that you guys send. And yeah, even the ones that troll me, that's totally fine too. We just kind of laugh at those. So, hey, if you want to keep sending those in, fine by me. That just tells me that you're actually listening to the truth and you know where to find me. And that's great. But for everyone who's a listener of this show, you can go to thejennaellisshow.com, click on the Contact Us button. My team goes through those emails, and we love to hear from you. What questions are you asking? What are you concerned about? What stories are you hearing in the media, or what stories aren't you hearing about in the media, and questions that you want so that you can give us some feedback so that we know what you want to hear and what topics, issues, or guests you want to cover. I've actually heard about some really great guests that should have a larger platform. And one of the things that I love to do with my show is to amplify people whose voices should be heard on topics that they really care about, they're experts in, and they're passionate about. So great to see you. And join me tomorrow. Congressman Jim Jordan will be joining me tomorrow with a really important election integrity update you don't want to miss. Legacy Precious Metals is the company that I trust to give you good and patient counsel for investing in your retirement. The Biden administration has caused a financial crisis, and they have no clue how to fix it. Oil prices have skyrocketed, and when oil prices go up, not only do your expenses go up, but the cost of transportation and shipping spikes, leading the prices of goods to rise. And we are already seeing record inflation. That's the last thing that we need. Our economy is in trouble, and you need to take steps to protect yourself. If all your money is tied up in stocks, bonds, and traditional markets, you may be vulnerable. So gold is one of the very best ways to protect your retirement. No matter what happens, you own your own gold. It's real, it's physical, and it's always been valuable since the dawn of time. Call Legacy Precious Metals today at 866-528-1903 or visit them online at legacypminvestments.com. That's legacypminvestments.com, where you can download the free investor's guide. You can also go to my Facebook page, Jenna Ellis. I am a public figure on Facebook, and I just posted yesterday a really great interview with the president of Legacy Precious Metals, who is discussing why you need to start your retirement account even if you're in your 20s or 30s. There is always a great time to protect your retirement and invest, just like you want to protect your health over the long term. So go to Legacy Precious Metals at legacypminvestments.com or call 866-528-1903. I also want to talk about another great American who is the sponsor of this podcast, and that, of course, is my good friend Mike Lindell. He has been canceled out of so many box stores for simply standing up for his own political opinion. And disagree or not, or support him or not, it is a fundamental right of every American to be able to voice their opinion, and that absolutely includes politics. That absolutely includes issues that are central to our culture. That includes faith. Mike is such a very sincere Christian, and I am proud to consider him a friend, and he is, of course, a friend of this show. So right now, there is a special on MyPillow.com. Click on the new radio listener specials. Get deep discounts on all MyPillow products, including a great towel set, which is a 6-piece set. It includes 2 bath, 2 hand towels, 2 washcloths, made in the USA, regularly $109.99, now just $39.99, but you have to use the promo code Jenna. That's Jenna. That tells Mike that you listen to this show, you're happy that he is a sponsor of this show, and you will get great discounts, but use the promo code Jenna. That's Jenna, either at mypillow.com or call 1-800-564-8475 and use the promo code Jenna.